Following up on a previous video about author's purpose, I thought it would be a good idea to follow it up with another conversation about author's voice. As an English language arts teacher, formerly, of course, I used to explain to my students that if you forget to put your name on your paper, or you drop a poem or a short story or something that you've written down, the people that know you should be able to pick it up and identify it's you. You can do that if your vocabulary, your emotion, your authentic thoughts are included in whatever it is that you're writing. If that seems a little bit confusing, I have the perfect book to, as an example, to explain or to demonstrate how you can really identify an author's voice. I shared previously my reading list for this year. Y'all really didn't like that video, so I need to do it over. But the first book that I'm reading is Bad Law by Elie Mystal. And it's about the popular laws that are ruining America. If you watch Elie Mystal, he is a brilliant lawyer. He's a brilliant lawyer. He knows his stuff, knows the Constitution inside and out. And I first became aware of him as he was commentating or on some different shows about law, especially in this current environment. If you've seen him on any of those shows as well, then you know that he's very opinionated, and he's also very casual, approachable in his language. And refreshingly enough, as you're reading Bad Law, sometimes when you pick up books like this, you think, oh, it's going to be all of this like jargony and all of these words that are hard to pronounce or you're unfamiliar with. But he makes understanding the Constitution and understanding the law very approachable. For example, in chapter 2, when he's talking about immigration, the title of the chapter alone says, "How did immigrants become illegal?" And so listen to this. He says, the U.S. immigration system is premised on a lie. That premise is that America cannot accept all of the people who want to move here because of scarce resources, finite opportunities, and the lack of physical space for everybody. He goes on to talk a little bit more, but here in this part, you could really hear his voice. But the core function of the immigration system is to ensure that if people don't follow the rules, fill out the forms, show up at the right hearing at the right time with the right documents, prepared to prostrate themselves in front of the right officials in the right way, then the government sends them back to their so-called S-hole. You would probably remember that reference, S-hole countries. But it's all a lie. It's such strong language that it evokes so much emotion, and his voice and also his purpose then is also very clear in his writing. So for all of those students out there that are struggling in your essay writing or your short story writing or your poetry to include your voice, just make sure you're thinking about what is your everyday language? How do you express a thing? Maybe even when you're talking to friends, and how do you express a thing to make sure that that language is accessible to all, to your intended audience, to the people that you want to read your writings. So in that way, author's voice is very important. Let me know if this explanation of author's voice was helpful. Let me know if you have any other questions. Also, let me know if you have other books or authors that are really great examples of author's voice. Finally, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. That'd be super awesome. And also new merch for those book lovers of us. So check it out. There is a link to purchase this crew neck sweater below. One more thing, if you've already subscribed, please consider also becoming a member so that you can get exclusive content to some books that I am reading for members only. Thank you.